It's been a really productive day today. We've had some interesting visitors, all from the UK, but it's been very interesting in terms of the projects they want to talk to us about. I decided to write a little article about the concerns I have about people, particularly in the post business, about the usage of clients' data. You know, they're handling an awful lot of media files. They've got a lot of expensively produced material, and we are all hearing, we had an attack ourselves last week on one of our computers about cyber attacks, and I was just interested to see what the broadcast industry is doing rather than the banking industry about how they look after their data and, more importantly, their clients' data. I think most companies don't have free cash flow to go out and buy whatever they want, whether it's a mixing desk or whether it's an Avid piece of kit or a camera as we got here. What they want to do is they need the asset now. They don't want to wait until they've saved up the money to buy the asset, so they come to us. We'll buy the asset for them. We'll lease it back to them over, say, 1, 2, 3, 4 years, and that allows them to use the asset now when they need it and pay for it over the working life of the asset, not over when I've saved up the money and then I now need to go and buy the product, but I could have been using it for the last 2 years. The banking industry has changed massively in the 20 years that I've been doing what I do for Medialease. We don't have a traditional system anymore, Noel, about going to your bank and borrowing your money. There are banks out there that will lend you on kit, but most smaller businesses, certainly new starts, certainly the smaller business will not get any asset financing, as we call it, from their bank. They're just not interested. They'll lend them on bricks and mortar, they'll give them an overdraft and a credit card. They won't give them on these kind of assets because the bank doesn't understand what the value of these assets are. Medialease and people like Medialease do. We deal with all the banks. We've got a whole array of banks that we deal with, and they trust us to underwrite the customer first so that we're taking some of the risk away from them. And that's why people like Medialease exist. I would say be very clear about what part of the market you're going to be entering into. So if you're into the post-production business, be clear about, are you doing comedy, are you doing top-end drama, are you doing corporate videos, and do it and concentrate on doing that very well before you try and be all things to all men. And if you're a rental company, make sure that you buy the kit that your client wants, not the kit that you want. Because that's very important, that you're getting the right kit, not the kit that you think is great, but is not rentable. You know, this is a really interesting industry, and forget about, there's a lot of industries, I've worked in a couple before this one. Everybody is really friendly and wants to help each other and likes having a beer, of course, but we're about a service industry. After all, we're all servicing either, in this case, a TV client, the TV audience, and it's a service-based industry, and we do like to have a good time. We're not financing buses and coaches, we're doing proper kit, which I find interesting.